The Teaching Profession, prepared by Lapinid Edmar L. Based Math 2, teacher Mr. Gerald de la Pina. The Teaching Profession. What do you mean by profession? Any type of work that needs special training or a particular skill, often one that is respected because involves a high level of education. That is profession. Now let's proceed to the elements of a profession. There are kinds of or there are eight elements of a profession. First is the initial profession education. Professionals generally begin their professional lives by completing a university program in their chosen fields. The second is accreditation. University programs are accredited by oversight bodies that determine whether the programs provide adequate education. Number three is skills development. Nascent professionals need practice applying their knowledge before they are prepared to take primary responsibility for performing work in their fields. The number four is certification, and the number five is licensing. Certification. After completion of education and skills development, a professional is required to pass one or more exams that assure the person has obtained a minimum level of knowledge. Licensing is similar to certification except that it is mandatory instead of voluntary and is administered by a governmental body authority. The number 5 is professional development. Ongoing professional education maintains or improves worker knowledge and skills after they begin professional practice. The number 6 is professional organization or societies. Professionals see themselves as part of a community of like-minded individuals who put their professional standards above the individual self-interest or their employer's self-interest. Now, let's proceed to the number 7, Code of Ethics. Each profession has a code of ethics to ensure that its practitioners behave responsibly. And the last one is organizational certification. In many professions, not only must individuals be certified, their organizations must be certified. And now, let's proceed to the Philippines educational system. The educational aims, educational methods, and educational types of Philippine educational system from pre-Spanish era to Japanese period. The educational aim of the pre-Spanish era is enculturation, the educational methods, trial and error, educational types, practical training. Now let's proceed to the Spanish era. The educational aims of Spanish era Christianity, the methods, theater presentation, and the types or educational types, religious education. American period, democracy, participation, First Republic School. Japanese period, love of labor, emphasis vocational education, vocational training. Teaching as your vocation, mission, and profession. Teaching as a vocation, it comes from the Latin word vocare, which means to call. Vocation is a strong feeling of suitability for a particular career or occupation. Vocation is only for some who are really dedicated not just to work but also to serve other people. That is vocation or teaching as a vocation. Now let's proceed to the teaching as a mission. It comes from the Latin word Mission, which is to send. Mission refers to any task that is assigned, allotted, or self-imposed. Every teacher has its own purpose or objective that they need to accomplish. That is a mission, or a teaching as a mission. Now let's proceed to the last one, is the teaching as a profession. Teaching as a profession, the term professional is one of the most exalted in English language, denoting as it does long and arduous years of preparation, a striving for excellence, a dedication to the public interest, and commitment to moral and ethical values. Republic Act 4670, or the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, shall mean all person engaged in classroom teaching in any level of instruction on full-time basis, including guidance counselors, school librarians, industrial arts or vocational instructors, and all other persons performing supervisory and or administrative function in all schools. Teaching hours: 6 hours actual classroom teaching per day, salary scale. Now let's proceed to the enhancing professional practice, a framework for teaching. The framework for teaching, or the FFT, developed by economist and teaching expert Charlotte Lienzel, is a set of instructional components that outlines a teacher's responsibilities. Domain 1: Planning and Preparation. Sample lesson plans and or sample unit plans. Domain number 2: Classroom environment. Copies of documents used to establish management procedures. Domain number 3: Instructions, example of students' work. And the last one is Domain 4: Professional responsibilities, interviews, reflection forms, attendance records, field trips, logs. And now let's proceed to the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. The domain collectively comprise 37 strands that refers to more specific dimensions of teachers' practices. Domain number 1: Content, knowledge, and pedagogy. Content knowledge and its application within and cross-curriculum areas. Domain number 2: Learning environment. Learner safety and security. That is learning environment. Domain 3: Diversity of learners. Learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. Domain number 4: Curriculum and planning and management of teaching and learning process. Number 5. Domain number 5: Assessment and reporting design. Selection, organization, and utilization of assessment strategies. Domain number 6: Community linkages and professional engagement. Establishment of learning environment that are responsive to community context. Domain number 7: Personal growth and professional development. Philosophy of teaching. 4 career levels of teachers. Number 1: Beginning teacher. Have gained the qualifications recognized for entry into the teaching profession. And now, the level number 2: Proficient teacher. Are professional independent in the application of skills vital to the teaching and learning process. Now the level number 3: Highly proficient teacher. Consistently display a high level of performance in their teaching practice. And the last level is the number 4: Distinguished teacher. Embody the highest standard for teaching grounded in the global best practices. 21st Century Life and Career Skills. The term 21st Century Skills is generally used to refer to certain core competencies such as collaboration, digital literacy, critical thinking, and problem solving that advocates believe schools need to teach to help students thrive in today's world. Levels of formal education in the Philippines. Number 1. Elementary education. The first stage of compulsory formal education, primarily concerned with providing basic education and usually corresponding to 6 or 7 grades, including preschool programs. Now, the number 2 is the secondary education. The state of formal education following the elementary level concerned primarily with continuing basics education and expanding it to include the learning of employable gainful skills, usually corresponding to 4 years of high school. Tertiary education. Post-secondary schooling is higher education leading to a degree in specific profession or discipline. That is the levels of formal education in the Philippines. Now let's proceed to the 4 pillars of learning. The number 1 is learning to know. It's more on the mastery learning tools than with acquisition of knowledge. The number 2, learning to do. Personal competence, mix of skills and talents. That is the learning to do. The number 3 is learning to live together. Teach about human diversity. The number 4 is learning to be. Education should contribute of every person's complete development. And now let's proceed to the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, Philippine Qualification Framework for Level 6 Competencies. The Philippine Qualification Framework is the national quality that provides the levels of educational qualifications and sets the standards for qualification outcomes. The level number 1, basic education, technical education, and higher education. Level number 1, grade 10, NC1, grade 2, NC3, level number 3, NC4, NC3, level number 4, NC4, level number 5, diploma, level number 6, bachelor's degree, level number 7, master's degree, and the last level is level number 8, doctoral degree. 7 philosophies of education. First is the essentialism. The emphasis is on the academic content for students to learn the basic skills and fundamental arts, reading, writing, arithmetic, and right conduct. Now let's proceed to the number 2, progressivism. The progressivists are identified with need-based and relevant curriculum. Now the number 3, perennialism, to develop the students' rational and moral power. The number 2 is in existentialism, to help students understand and appreciate themselves as a unique individual. The number 5 is behaviorism. Behaviorist teachers teach students to respond favorably to various stimuli in the environment. Now let's proceed to the number 6, linguistic philosophy. Learners should be taught to communicate clearly. And the last one is this constructivism, to develop intrinsically motivated and independent learners. That is the 7 philosophies of education. And that's all for our discussion from prelim to finals. I hope guys you learned something. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye bye.